Stop seeking approval and permission for however you want to live your life. You don't need anyone else's approval. You don't need anyone else's input. You don't need anyone else to say that it's okay, whatever you want to do, however you want to live your life. It took me a long time to figure this shit out. When I finally worked on the underlying reasons of why I needed other people's acceptance, approval, validation, etc., when I stopped, I like a few years ago, how long ago was that? Maybe 7 or 8 years ago, I made a decision to stop hanging out with cool kids because I realized that they didn't give a fuck about me. And that was the beginning of a huge shift where I began to be able to give myself, find my own answers for myself, to be able to heal the underlying reasons, the causes and conditions of why I was seeking that validation in the first place. And 8 years later, I stand on unshakable inner strength. I don't give a fuck about what anyone has to say about me. I don't care whether they say something good or bad. It doesn't affect me either way because I'm not feeding my ego with other people's input. I know who I am. I know who I'm not, and I know where I'm at. I know where I want to be, and I'm willing to seek out the skills and tools and the support and the resources and the networks to be able to develop in the areas of my life that I need and want to, so that I can be able to reach the goals that I want. All that shit ties together, and so today, I don't give a fuck about what you think about me. I don't give a fuck about what you say about me. I don't need your approval. If somebody says something nice, it feels different today. It doesn't feed that old part, it's I can just take a compliment. It's okay, that's cool, that it is what it is. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. The things that matter the most to me is when I find out the impacts that I make in other people's lives, and it's never something that I purposefully do. It's something that I find out, months or years later. Something I said that that meant something to other people. And if you look, think back into your own life. Think about how the things that other people have done that have meant a lot to you, and if you ever tell them that stuff, oftentimes they had no idea. The people that make the biggest impacts in our lives, they're not purposefully trying to do it for themselves. They're just being themselves, and they're coming from a place of authenticity and just wanting to be of benefit to humanity at large. And so tying that all back together, I don't none of us need anyone else to say hey, what you want is okay, what we weren't taught to be able to give that to ourselves, but the healthier we get, the more that we work on ourselves, the easier that becomes. It's just practice.